Here's your news for March 30th, 2020. We're starting today with some worrying news about Roman Reigns, as there's been a lot of concern backstage about the big dog's future. Recently, Reigns pulled out of his WrestleMania 36 match against Universal Champion Goldberg, as due to his 2 battles with leukemia, his immune system has been compromised, making it very dangerous for him to travel in the current situation. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer spoke about Roman's condition, revealing it may be quite some time until the fans see the former world champion in action. He said, "I'm sure this isn't going to happen, but realistically, he probably shouldn't be doing this for a long time. This is not about WrestleMania, this is about long after WrestleMania. Until this thing is way under control, and I'm not talking about it being in control enough where we're going out to restaurants again, but way under control or there's a vaccine. Hopefully, this current situation will be over sooner rather than later, but until then, fans may have to get used to a very different presentation of WWE content without one of the company's biggest stars." Speaking of WrestleMania 36, this year's show has undergone some huge changes over the past few weeks, and it looks like yet another huge match has had to be changed due to the ongoing situation. According to Meltzer, when The Miz arrived at the Performance Center to compete in the SmackDown Tag Team Title Triple Threat Ladder match, the former WWE Champion was feeling ill, which caused the WWE to drastically change their match. Though details are fuzzy, as there were so few people around to leak what happened, it seems like the match was changed to a singles contest, presumably with John Morrison and a member of both the Usos and the New Day competing. If this is the case, it's unclear whether the SmackDown Tag Team titles were still on the line, or if the ladder match stipulation was still in effect, but fans will get their answers this weekend when WrestleMania kicks off on April 4th. Miz's illness may have wider ramifications on the company, as during Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer spoke about concern for other superstars who are ill or who have come into contact with the A-lister. Buddy Murphy was sick, Miz was sick. A lot of people brought up that photo with The Miz and Morrison and Zack Ryder and Chelsea Green from that week. Neither Morrison, Ryder, or Green have given any comment on feeling ill, so it looks like it's business as usual for the three, at least for the time being. Now, we've previously reported that WrestleMania being a 2-night event has caused a lot of issues for pay-per-view providers who weren't quite sure just how much to charge for the biggest show of the year. Some places were even charging close to $60 per night, meaning the show would be a total of $120, but now it looks like they've finally got the situation under control. While Verizon were originally charging $59.99 per night, that is now changed to $29.99 per night, while Comcast, who had Night 1 at $39.95 and Night 2 at $59.95, is now charging $34.95 for each night. Of course, it would be far cheaper for fans to get the network, which charges just $9.99 a month for all of their content, but for those who can't access the network for whatever reasons, at least they won't be paying as much for this year's show as originally planned. According to WWE Network News, each night of WrestleMania will be 3 hours 15 minutes, meaning the combined show will last 6.5 hours, so fans on the network will be getting the bargain of a lifetime at just $9.99 a month. Back to the ring now, and ever since he turned heel following Survivor Series 2019, Seth Rollins has made life miserable for a lot of Raw's roster. The Architect hasn't been alone in his crusade though, as he's been assisted by the AOP and Buddy Murphy, but as of right now, there's no name for the stable. Speaking on WWE's The Bump, the Monday Night Messiah revealed that he has been considering names for the group, saying, "I've had some cool names in the past, so we'll see where it lands. Maybe post-WrestleMania, but I've got some things brewing." It'll be quite a while until fans see the foursome together in the ring again, as Rezar recently underwent shoulder surgery, and it'll be several months before fans see him or his tag team partner Akam. Hopefully when Rezar returns, things will be back to normal, and Rollins will finally get a name for his stable, whatever it may be. We're looking at AEW now, as the relatively new promotion has also been affected by the current ongoing situation around the world, but that hasn't stopped them from putting out content. Last week's edition of Dynamite ended with Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy having a segment without a live crowd, and while the empty arena is strange, it did give AEW time to tweak the segment. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer revealed that the entire segment was changed thanks to the former AEW World Champion. He said, "They taped that segment on Tuesday. Jericho hated it. He absolutely hated it. They were gonna go retape it on Wednesday. They didn't want to do it live. You can't do it live. They were gonna do it live and outdoors, and then they realized that it was light out and you couldn't tape in the afternoon and put it on the show." Hardy and Jericho are destined to meet in the ring again, as the pair will be on opposing sides in the Blood and Guts match, but that contest was postponed due to the current global situation, and it's unclear when exactly it'll take place. With everything that's going on in the world, a lot of WWE superstars are being forced to self-isolate, and although there's plenty to keep people occupied in their own homes, Rusev has had an interesting way of keeping busy. On Instagram, the former US champion revealed his new shaved head, though this has been the first time in a while fans have seen the Bulgarian. Reportedly at a standstill in contract negotiations, Rusev hasn't been used in months, and though he could have returned as one of the many Andre the Giant Memorial combatants, as well as the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal, won't be taking place. It makes sense, as having these matches would mean a lot of people in one area, which is exactly what the CDC and World Health Organization have advised against. While WWE's next filming date is scheduled for April 10th, there's no sign that the company will bring back the newly bald Rusev for these tapings, and it may not be long until he's gone from the company. We've mentioned that the CDC and WHO have advised against large gatherings, but during the taping for the latest SmackDown, it appears these guidelines weren't followed. Despite advice that there shouldn't be public gatherings of more than 10 people, Dave Meltzer claimed that the company surpassed this number on Wrestling Observer Radio, saying, "During that tag match on SmackDown, I counted 13 people in that room, whatever that is. I just noticed that we got 3 people at the announce desk, we got a referee, we got a ring announcer, we got 4 people there, and we had a number of people running around between cameramen and soundmen, so they were above that number." If this is the case, WWE should certainly think twice before having so many people in one place, as these guidelines are the best current method for helping the world end this unfortunate ongoing situation. We're going back to AEW, as one person who's made a huge impression recently is Brodie Lee. After debuting 2 weeks ago as the Exalted One and defeating QT Marshall last week, the future seems bright for the former Luke Harper, who spoke on Talk is Jericho about when he knew his WWE push was over. In the interview, Lee spoke about a battle royal, which would have ended with him and AJ Styles going over the top rope at the same time, but it didn't go according to plan. In the actual execution of it, I f***ed it up a little bit. My slid on the apron. Either he touched first or I did, but it was obvious that one of us touched first. They shot around it and they explained, no, they touched at the same time. Then the next week, AJ, who was the heel, ended up making me tap and pinning me in the same match. Like, they restarted the match and I was like, yep, this is the end. This wasn't all the former Intercontinental Champion had to say, as Lee also spoke about his underwhelming title reign, describing the peak of the 27-day reign as the ladder match where he lost the gold at TLC 2014. He said, "That was kinda like the peak, but even then, I don't think I won a match on TV with the belt. I did a bunch of DQs, lost a bunch of matches, and it was almost like I lost favor instantly as soon as I won the belt. It was like, oh, here you go, and they didn't give me a chance to do anything with it." It certainly seems like Lee doesn't plan on returning to WWE anytime soon, and it'll be interesting to see how his career in AEW goes from here. One man who knows Lee personally is Bray Wyatt, who is gearing up for a Firefly Funhouse match against John Cena at WrestleMania. On Instagram, the 16-time world champion took a shot at The Fiend by uploading a picture of his former character Husky Harris, and Cena sent his message loud and clear, even without a caption. Wyatt, too, has been busy on social media in the run-up to their match, as on Twitter, he posted what appeared to be the eye of an angry beast, with the caption, "Let's take a real good look at you, #Cult of Wyndham." It's certainly an imposing image, as Wyatt has made his intentions clear, and fans will get to see this pair collide this weekend at WrestleMania. One person fans won't see this weekend is Andrade, as the reigning United States champion has been pulled from his Raw Tag Team title match due to an injury. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer commented on Andrade's rib injury, saying although it's not serious, it's serious enough to pull him from the card. With everything happening right now, the company can't take any chances with this year's show, and while Andrade will get his time at WrestleMania one day, it won't be this year. From someone who's missing out at appearing on WrestleMania to a woman who knows all about the showcase of the Immortals, as Lita did a lot in her career, which rightly earned her her 2014 Hall of Fame induction. Speaking to Alicia Tout this week, Lita spoke about how much of her career saw her trapping with the men, and admitted she felt bad for those who had to work with her. She said, "I think I preemptively tiptoed and thanked and apologized in advance for any man that I was having to work with, that was having to bump for me or make me, prop me up like that superhero that I got to portray, and I do hope that it was perceived. It was delicate to balance." Whether it was part of Team Extreme or as a single star, Lita was never afraid to tussle with her male counterparts, as she was a pioneer in women's wrestling long before the revolution ever came. We're looking at Universal Champion Goldberg now, who's done a lot in WWE, including facing Brock Lesnar twice at WrestleMania. Meeting first in 2004, the pair had a lengthy, boring match, and according to Goldberg's Inside the Ropes interview, Vince McMahon wanted to, quote, "kill the both of them after the bell." Fortunately, the pair had a much better match in 2017, which helped to undo a lot of the problems of their first encounter 13 years prior. And finally today, we're ending with news from The Rock, who fans will remember defeated Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. During a recent Instagram stay-at-home live chat, the People's Champ said that the plan was always for him to win, but admitted that he was nervous that Hogan would somehow change his mind and go over the much younger Brahma Bull. Thankfully, that didn't happen, as Rock's win over the Hulkster helped cement him as one of the all-time greats, and the pair even shared a brief talk after the bell. In that same Instagram live chat, Rocky revealed that once he got backstage, he gave Hogan a huge hug and thanked him for passing the torch. Hogan responded by telling him, "You deserve it, brother, carry it well." And the Great One certainly did that, as the Brahma Bull remains one of the most beloved WWE superstars of all time.